Dr. Morris,
Yes.
what brought you to Yes?
I wanted to get middle school and high school teaching experience so that when I open up my math and science intensive summer science academies, I would have that teaching experience, teaching those grade levels. Also, can I add to that?
Yeah.
Also, when I searched for schools to possibly join, Yes and KIPP jumped out at me because of their mission statements and things like that. And so I figured, hey, I think I can grow there, and that will be a place that I would love to work. So I'm here.
Okay, guys, can I say what is interesting about Yes?
Definitely the students. I think the students are the most interesting thing about Yes. The school's philosophy, the structure or the infrastructure of Yes itself is very interesting. It's a very progressive type of education that we're trying to give our students and things like that. So that is the most interesting thing about Yes to me. Do I have any? What is interesting about Yes? Oh, the fact that I have leeway, or I have enough room to be creative and teach outside of the box. That's very good about Yes. The relationship. The student-teacher relationships are the most interesting thing because you don't really see that at other public schools. It's really not allowed, or it's not encouraged. Whereas here, you know, we have personal relationships with our students, you know, so we care about them academically, and we look out for their well-being as well. And I think that when you build a relationship with your students, then the learning process is easier, and it's more vast. They pick up more information because they have a personal relationship. Also, when you have a personal relationship with your students, you can tell when there's something going on with them. Like, you may have a student who may all of a sudden their grades may start to fall, and by you having that sort of relationship with them, you can go to that student and say, is there something you would like to talk about, or can I help you do something, or something like that, to help them get past that so that it won't interfere with the education. So I love the fact that Yes forged the student-teacher relationship.
Well, what is the memories you've made at Yes?
Memories of being at Yes. My first year, I remember my first year teaching. My second day here, I had a student who fixed a tantrum. That was interesting because I didn't know how to react to it at first. So, but it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad because now he's a wonderful student. My best memories would be when I went in for lung transplant, and all of the cards and all of the greetings and all of the calls and things that I got from my students as well as from the teachers. I still have those cards on my wall. Almost 2 years later, I still have those cards. So that is one of my best memories. I would say teaching first year and also having to be a part of teaching excellence, how stressful it was, but it made me a stronger teacher, and it made me a more deliberate and organized teacher. Because we had to balance so much our first year, being first year teachers, having to handle Yes's course load, and then having to do teaching excellence. So, but it was a good memory because that program actually helped me to become a stronger teacher. So, good memory.
As you know, Yes is a very challenging school.
Yeah.
So, did you ever want to give up? Because it's hard for students and teachers as well. Was there ever a point you just wanted to give up and quit, but you didn't?
Well, no, there was never a point where I wanted to give up and quit. There have been points where I wanted to take a long vacation. You know, maybe a week or so off, but it's not possible because when you're not in the classroom, then your students suffer. But when I signed on to work for Yes, I knew the schedule. I knew that it was rigorous. I knew that it would be long hours and things like that. I just didn't quite experience it to the fullest until my first year. Until second semester, first year, when it was test taking time, tax season. That was the hardest, my first year, tax season. That was the hardest.
Do you regret or do you embrace the decision to come to YES?
I definitely embraced my decision to come to YES. One, I love the students. And I stay here because of the students mostly. So my students, I love that. Two, working at YES has taught me patience because I was used to working with college students. And I used to have these expectations that were way up here, and I had to realize that I was working with young people and that I had to allow them to be young people, which also allowed me to be more of myself instead of being so rigid and things like that. So I definitely embrace that. I also embrace the fact that our students are here because they want to be here. They know that they're in school almost twice as long as any other school around them, including Saturday school. They know that they're going to have homework every single night in multiple classes, but yet the students are here and they're working. So that says a lot about the students as well, which is why I love the students, things like that. And I love the fact that the students embrace each other's differences. I love that. We have our very artistic students and our really quiet students and our really outgoing students, but yet they can mix the crowd together and still be okay. So I love that. So the students make school. I totally believe that.